Today we are floating in a position. As you can see there is the entry. We are actually active at the moment. We had quite a few things on today. I had live trader in the morning, 7 AM sessions as you guys know. I've got performance webinar at 5:30, got team call in a bit as well. If you weren't already aware, we've been refining a certain part of our strategy for over a year now. Live trading, testing, etc. And I was at Marks the other week. Last week actually for a few days, finalising the content and all those kind of things. If you've not already seen my previous vlog or a showcase of that. So team call, we're really going to discuss how do we want to showcase publicly how important this is, because we've done this before where we release AFT, so low time frame execution. All of our content is based around that. When traders come in, they'll see for themselves, whoa, like this is a whole different ballpark from what I thought. Every issue that all of a sudden you had as a trader or you're encountering, you've got the answer to it now. So there's literally no excuse. We're trying to make Falcon's ethos an atmosphere and no excuse environment. So if you've got a problem, we've literally got the tool for it. That's how we've designed everything. That's how all the content is designed. So it gives you no room to be confused. And if you are confused, it's likely because you're 2 weeks in. You know, that's the same with any high performance skill set that you learn. You're not going to get it straight away. We're going to discuss a lot of things in this team call. How can we really publicly show the importance of this implementation? Because if you work in a job, if you force loads of trades, if you feel like you've not got enough time for trading, if you keep going into excessive drawdown when you shouldn't do, all of these issues will get fixed. I can literally promise it. I don't promise things very, very often. Let's have a look here. Look at all these eggs. It's a superfood. Let me tell you one thing. People who tell you they actually like the taste of sparkling water are lying. I've genuinely yet to meet somebody who actually enjoys the taste of sparkling water. It's so bland. But get a glass, put this in, put some lime in there, get a little bit of coconut sugar and a tiny bit of honey, and job's done. Then you got a homemade fizzy drink. Now listen, I'm not a granola guy personally because most granolas have so much crap in them in terms of the ingredients. But this one, I'm not affiliated. Maybe will be soon. This is actually a family member of mine. This is their brand. It's called Artisan Granola. And if you look at the ingredients, let me show you the packaging because it's actually really nice. Most of it's already gone, which is already clear proof that this is very, very nice. So there is the packaging, as you can see, really nice quality. Made with 16 of the highest quality ingredients. Non-GMO, so it's not genetically modified. Healthy fats, no added salt, 40% oats only. If you look at the ingredients over here, all you've got is oats, honey, pumpkin seeds, almonds from tree nuts, 6% sunflower seeds. You got dates, dried apricots, raisins, vegetable oil. And I was also told this vegetable oil was super, super refined, so it's not like any of the nasty seed oils that you get that are boiled at high temperatures, making them toxic. Like I said, I'm not generally a fan of granola, only because I like the taste, don't get me wrong, but most of the time granola has horrible ingredients in there. It's not good for your gut. This though, on the other hand, is really, really good. And if you get high grade granola like this, it's very good fats. Generally, it's very nice. People on Instagram are like, oh, eat this and eat that and bagels and whatever. You're ruining your health with that junk. You might be young right now and you might not feel it, but it'll catch up to you, believe me, and you'll regret it. Pay attention to the ingredients on everything that you buy, everything that you consume into your body, and you have to read the ingredients. If you take your health seriously, watch out for this. Whoa, it's busy, isn't it?
There's no way they'd all wait for that.
Oh my god. This guy's coming professional, look at him.
Do you reckon that's so cute? Should we just wait?
I mean, they look like they're going to the cafe bar. It is roasting hot right now. I think it's like, let me have a look. It's like 31 degrees at the moment, so it's crazy. But anyway, I'm running in this position still in Hong Kong, 50 as you can see. So we've pushed lower since the morning, since I recapped. And I think we're running about, nothing too crazy, about 4.8%. Personally speaking, what I'm gonna do, because if we look at the whole range, you've got all the way down to here as an inflection point. So you've got this entire range to play, and this can very easily just be all a corrective wave, all to drop out in the end. Okay, so I've got my initial position here, as you can see. So what I'm likely going to do is I'm going to lock in profit. Literally, I'm just going to leave it where it is. This is 3%. All right, it's nothing too crazy. 3%, 4.8 is a 1.8% difference for the discrepancy of, there you go, 11%. For me to sacrifice 1.8% of profit to then get an extra like 8-9% gain. So I'm just sat here and guess what I see? Another trader of ours has passed. Actually got a few more traders that have passed on our fund that we're going to be announcing next week, and quite a lot more to come as well, so it's going to be really, really good. Sorry you can't see me. But yeah, I'm so excited. August is a month where people generally tend to slow down because they have this misconception that the markets are slower or whatever. And December's this bad month to trade. Again, we don't believe in all that kind of stuff. I want to sit down and have a very brief conversation with you all watching, and I want to ask you a really simple question. And please give an honest answer to this. Let's say hypothetically, I'm showing you a video of you on my phone in the future. And this video shows you successful, you've achieved what you wanted to achieve, and you're ultimately living your vision, your dream. Really visualize that for a minute, what that would look like. And I'm showing you proof, and I'm saying, look, I can show you the future. Hypothetically speaking, if I said that the way you can achieve that is if you sign up to Falcon today, and you begin your journey today, would you have any hesitation whatsoever? And before people think, I'm not saying that Falcon is the only way to ever achieve success for you. I'm just giving you a really hypothetical example. So just follow along with me. And please just put your ego aside, just be open-minded for a minute. Whatever opinion, perception, whatever you might have, just put it aside for a second. And just really just follow along with me. If I was to show you that, would you just, with no hesitation, think, screw it, I'm going to sign up? Or would you still have doubt? If I'm showing you proof of your future, this is how it's going to pan out, you would obviously say yes. But the reason why a lot of people, a lot of you guys watching, in reality would say no, is because you can't see into the future. You don't know what's going to happen. There's no certainty of outcome. And there's doubt that comes in your way. What if this is going to be just like the rest, where 3 years later they gave me the illusion of success? What if it's just the same again? What if 3 years later I don't end up where I want to be? And that proves something, doesn't it? Because if that's what you're thinking like, you know, that proves that you actually appreciate time, which is a good thing. You value your time. Time is obviously an asset to you. You don't like wasting time, do you? You don't like the idea of being in a position where 3 years later, you've not even moved the needles in the slightest. Think on that for a minute. So I can get why some of you might be skeptical. And by the way, I'm not saying Falcon is the only way to achieve success. I'm just giving you a really hypothetical example, like I said. And I can get why a lot of you will be skeptical. I've had these comments in the past couple of videos, and I've had this for a very long time. Ibi, why don't you show your track record publicly? Why don't you have a publicly verified track record? Let me tell you something about myself, and this is something that I believe all of you should incorporate into your lives, and it will really help you get ahead. Always see what the gain is in a situation. I always gain something from everything. That doesn't mean monetarily. For example, when I give you guys advice on here, I know that a lot of you trade your own methods and you're doing just fine with it. So if I give any technical advice, I give any mental advice, psychological advice, lifestyle, anything, whatever the advice I give, you've got to understand I don't gain anything monetarily from that, do I? But I gain respect from that, and I gain reputation, because I know if I give you advice and you follow it and you've seen a positive change in your trading, you're going to come back and tell me about it, or you're going to leave a comment. And that, to me, on the outside, people look at thinking, you know what, Ibi's advice is actually valuable. So I know I gain, as a side effect of that, good respect and reputation, which I value a lot. I value respect over anything. I'm not going to diminish my respect for anything, nothing. So why don't I show my track record publicly? Because what the hell am I going to gain out of it? What? Giving people proof? Proof of what? That I can trade? Whether you believe I can trade or not is not my concern. That's your problem. I know I can do what I say I can do, and I'm going to leave that for my investors, people who are actually willing to give me large sums of money. They're the people I want to interest. I don't want to interest people on here with no profile picture, who would throw me under the bus tomorrow, who are too scared to even try to spend some money, £149 a month. For a month, one single month, they're scared of taking out £150 just to see, and instead would rather comment on my video about track record. Really understand this mindset, because that level of skepticism is only going to get you so far. And I can get it. I genuinely am not saying this sarcastically. I understand, because there is a lot of horseshit advice out there, which is why, and it's what motivates me to get out of here and actually outlay some level of advice, so you can understand that what gets told to you out there about trade this way, trade that way, whatever, it's not proven. I don't know what's on my finger, sorry. It's not proven effective. Most of these guys giving you advice out there on trading and how to go about it and what is the most effective approach, not in terms of strategy, of like trading strategy, but strategy of approach to the market, isn't even effective. Most of these guys haven't even got any single trader out there from trading nothing or very small amount to trading a larger amount. It doesn't really happen out there. Genuinely speaking, I think Falcon has created the most successful students in the space at the moment. People have actually kept their capital, not these one-hit wonders who've accumulated 100,000 and lost it the next month. We wouldn't be able to set up our own in-house prop firm back in 2021 when things were harder to set up then than they are now if we didn't have an infrastructure. We won't be able to have a property fund. And there's so many more plans we've got for our fund for UK investors that I can't give away yet. But there's so much of this capital security that we prioritize that when you start making money as a trader and you start making large sums of it, what are you going to do with it? We've got all that taken care for you so you can actually buy income through assets, for example. So when I say to you that we've got absolutely every single solution and fix to any problem that you're inevitably going to face as a trader, what is actually coming in the way in terms of doubt for you then? What's there to doubt? You know, when I first started trading at Falcon, I had no money, literally no money. I had to gather money together. And it was something like £97 per month. I worked so hard to get the £97, you'd be shocked. I got it together and I said, you know what, I'm going to try it for 1 month. Just 1 month. That my mindset was, even if I'm going to get scammed, I just want to know that I tried it at least. People have lost that mindset nowadays. They don't even want to try things anymore. They don't even want to try taste anything out of a fear of it might taste bad. Like, anybody can say to me, Ibby, they give me the most horrible type of food that I might never have had, and say, just try it. And I'll just try it just to say I've tried it at least. Maybe I might like it, who knows? But someone looks at some food and thinks, I don't want to try that, it probably doesn't look really nice. That kind of mindset's not going to get you far. And I'm giving you honest advice here. Just try it. I gain absolutely nothing by you joining Falcon, other than respect and reputation, because I'll be like, look, I told you so. I told you that what we've got is proper and it will get you to where you want to get to. So go back to that. If I was to show you a video from the future and that's where you're going to be, would you hesitate on making a decision? Yes or no? So with this track record stuff, I don't gain anything. I gain the wrong type of audience. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to deal with people who can't even be optimistic enough to put £150 down just to see if what we've got is actually what I'm saying? Why would I want to deal with people like that? Okay, people say, oh, well, you know, everyone else out there is charging people money and teaching people. They don't have a track record. How do we know you're different? I don't care what you think. I genuinely don't care. If you're going to be that skeptical, I would rather you not be in Falcon. I would actually rather you just trade by yourself. Because the ethos and the atmosphere that we want to keep here is people who are not skeptical. And I get if you're skeptical, I'm literally telling you, for the cost of 1 month, just try it. And just see why you've got every reason not to be skeptical. I'm trying to help you remove your skepticism, right? Because I can understand why you're skeptical, because there is a lot of shit out there. And if you don't like it, you can move on with your life. You can try whatever you like. You can learn how to trade a different way. You can go somewhere else, do your own thing. It's your life at the end of the day. I'm not dictating decisions. So people who, you know, say that, oh, you're charging people money for courses, so you have I'm not charging them nothing. They're choosing to pay themselves. If I'm going to get scammed, it's my choice to get scammed, isn't it? That was my thought process before I joined. I thought, well, if these guys are actually scammers, it's my choice to join. So I'm literally opting to get scammed. I'm not going to lose anything. I lose, at the time, £97. It's not the end of the world. And if it works, it works. If not, then I've learned my lesson. That's the mindset you should have.